Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
RT World News. October 23, 1823 America, New York. Watch. Man slaps provincial governor during inauguration in Iran. A military officer who was reportedly incensed by his wife being forced to receive her COVID-19 jab from a male has disrupted the inauguration of Iran's newest provincial governor by walking on stage and slapping the dignitary.
October 23, 1807 America, New York. Acosta, if Republicans really want to shock us, then do this. CNN's Jim Acosta discusses how shock politics have taken over and the truth has taken a back seat in politics and challenges Republicans loyal to former President Donald Trump to tell the truth.
Mirror World News. October 23, 1753 America, New York. Woman left with swollen lips after centipede bites her mouth while she sleeps. As she was also suffering from shortness of breath, Natalie Galdino decided to get medical attention after the incident on October 11 when the centipede bit her on the mouth.
October 23, 1735 America, New York. The Daily Show correspondent reveals what surprised him at Trump rally. The Daily Show correspondent Jordan Klepper tells CNN's Jim Acosta about what he saw at a recent Donald Trump rally in Des Moines, Iowa. Watch Klepper's report on Comedy Central.
Fox World News. October 23, 1655 America, New York. Turkey's president bans U.S. ambassador, 9 others as persona non grata. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan said he has directed his foreign ministry to declare the U.S. envoy to Turkey a persona non grata in a Saturday speech in the northwest city of Eskişehir.
October 23, 1626 America, New York. Acosta asks Green about Bannon. See her response. CNN's Jim Acosta confronts Georgia Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene about why she voted against the criminal contempt resolution against former Trump advisor Steve Bannon.
New York Times World News. October 23, 1621 America, New York. Biden delays release of some JFK records, citing pandemic. The National Archives require additional time to work on redactions, a White House statement on Friday said. People in Washington reacting to the assassination of President John F. New York Times World News. October 23, 1621 America, New York. Biden delays release of some JFK records, citing pandemic. The National Archives require additional time to work on redactions, a White House statement on Friday said. People in Washington reacting to the assassination of President John F. New York Times World News. October 23, 1604 America, New York. In India, Facebook struggles to combat misinformation and hate speech. Internal documents show a struggle with misinformation, hate speech and celebrations of violence in the country, the company's biggest market.
Mirror World News. October 23, 1543 America, New York. British Afghans beg UK to save them from Taliban as families forced to live off scraps. The Taliban are going door-to-door hunting anyone who stayed behind in troubled Afghanistan with British links, as desperate families live in fear.
Fox World News. October 23, 1541 America, New York. Rural Canadian pastor spends extra night in jail after refusing condition keeping him from church. Pastor Tobias Tisson of Manitoba said he spent an extra night in prison after refusing a release condition that effectively required him to stop holding church services.
October 23, 1527 America, New York. Supply chain shortages lead to crisis in wine industry. Honig Vineyard and winery partner Stephanie Honig discuss the shortage of glass bottles and wood that is causing a crisis in the wine industry.
RT World News. October 23, 1522 America, New York. Heavily armed gunmen attack Nigerian prison. Free hundreds of detainees, most still on the run. Over 800 detainees have been freed in Nigeria after heavily armed assailants stormed a prison in the west of the country. The authorities managed to recapture 262 escapees, while a further 575 remain on the run.
BBC News World. October 23, 1514 America, New York. Record-breaking Ferris wheel opens in Dubai. The massive wheel was opened in Dubai with a lavish fireworks display to mark the occasion.
Wall Street Journal World News. October 23, 1512 America, New York. Facebook apps used to spread religious hatred in India, documents show. Internal Facebook documents show its services are used to spread religious hatred in India. Company researchers identified calls to violence that coincided with the 2020 riots in Delhi that left 53 dead.
October 23, 1459 America, New York, 1 killed and 7 injured at off-campus party near Georgia University. 1 person was killed and 7 more were injured in a shooting incident at an off-campus party near Fort Valley State University, FVSU, in Georgia on Saturday. October 23, 1457 America, New York, leading oil exporter Saudi Arabia aims to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2060, Crown Prince MBS says. Saudi Arabia plans to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2060, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman MBS said Saturday ahead of COP26, the 26th UN Climate Change Conference. October 23, 1440 America, New York, meet the 15-year-old blind quarterback hoping to reach the NFL. Jason Bracey is unstoppable when he's on the football field.
CNN.com World. October 23, 1421 America, New York. Turkey's president has ordered 10 ambassadors to be declared persona non grata for backing jailed activist. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has ordered the ambassadors of 10 countries, including the US, France, and Germany, be declared persona non grata after calling for the release of jailed Turkish businessman and philanthropist Osman Kavala.
New York Times World News. October 23, 1411 America, New York. Taliban honors suicide bombers, sacrifices, in bid to rewrite history. The new government brought together the bombers' families at a publicized event, praising their actions but alienating those who have suffered at their hands. Smoke rising from a suicide attack by Taliban fighters in Ghazni in 2014.
BBC News World. October 23, 1410 America, New York. Joel Souza, filmmaker wounded in Alec Baldwin gun incident, gutted at friend's death. Joel Souza, wounded by a gun fired by actor Alec Baldwin, grieves for lost friend Helena Hutchins.
October 23, 1402 America, New York, White House takes unprecedented steps to let private citizens sponsor Afghan refugees. The Biden administration is taking an unprecedented step to resettle the 55,600 Afghan evacuees from the U.S. military bases where they've been living for weeks and into permanent homes, an official leading the effort told CNN.